monthly recommends video for you guys, and this month's topic is back to school books, and the group is run by Trina over at Between Chapters and Kayla Rain, and I will link the Goodreads group and their channels down below. So I'm not going to show any of the books, even if I own them, because I've packed and stuff for uni, and so it'd just be not practical of me to get loads of books out, and I'm filming like 10 videos today, so I'm not going to get books out. So I'll just put the book cover on here and make myself have more editing time, and that's fine. So the first one is Clary Old by Gotham Academy, and I've recommended this multiple times. I have a review of it on my channel. I'll probably link that down below if I can remember. But it has a very weird school dynamic because it's just a school for rich kids in the thing, and they don't really learn things that you'd think this society that has magic would teach their kids. They learn like etiquette and who should speak at a table first, and it's really strange, and I really enjoyed watching Clary like navigate this school system that she doesn't really understand very well. Next is one I recommended in my last monthly recommendations, and that is Under My Skin by James Dawson. I loved how this represented being a student at A-levels. I could relate to like everything the main character went through. It was brilliant. It just, if you've been through A-levels or you're currently going through A-levels in the English school system, definitely check this one out, because it definitely like it was just so relatable and so realistic to what actually goes on. Next is a graphic novel, and that is Gotham Academy, and I really enjoyed the like aspect of Gotham and Batman and stuff that was at this, but also it was nothing to do with Batman. He just had a little appearance in it, and I loved the creeping around this school that might have creepy things going on, and it was great, and I loved it. Next is Miss Marvel, another graphic novel series, and I love how Miss Marvel has to deal with being Miss Marvel and also being Kamala and dealing with her school life and dealing with fighting villains at the same time, and she does such a good job of it. And I really enjoyed all the school aspects of it, and how she like gets away from school, how she gets in trouble with school, how she keeps up with her homework and make sure her parents don't tell her off for things, and it was just so good. Next is The Isle of the Lost by Melissa De La Cruz. The school system in this was really weird. Again, it was another like really funny thing, because obviously the Isle of the Lost is a island of villains, and they teach villain things, and it's like the opposite to what they teach in like normal schools, and their homework tasks would be like prank someone or do some malicious act, and they like if they did only just a little bit of an evil act, they'd be annoyed at them and they'd get a bad grade. It was really weird, but I really loved it. It just made me laugh when they were doing these things. Next is Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, and it definitely showed how a student in high school who is gay would deal with school, and also just some of the normal turmoils of high school or like secondary school in England life, and it was really, really great. Next is Slammed, which is a weird one because it is a teacher-student relationship thing, but I still really enjoyed it, and I still think it belongs on this list. It has a school. The school is like the main thing of it, so it belongs on this list, and it's brilliant. And if you've not read any Colleen Hoover yet, read Colleen Hoover, because her novels are just brilliant. Next is The Vanishing Girl by Laura Tallahassee, and I've spoke about this book so much. It was in my last monthly recommendations for underrated books, and I have reviews of both books, and I just love this series, and I wish more people knew about it. And yeah, it's about a girl who can teleport in the first few minutes of sleep, and it's brilliant, and she gets kidnapped sort of and taken to this school that teaches her, about her teleportation, and it's brilliant, and the school is really corrupt, and they have to figure out whether they are safe there and whether it's a good idea for them to be there. Next is Looking for Alaska, which shows another like weird school. It's like a boarding school, and they do really fun pranks and stuff, and I really enjoyed it. And while the story isn't about the boarding school, the story centers around the boarding school, and it's a really big part of it, because if their parents had been involved, it would have been a bit different. Next is the Welcome to the Shadowhunter Academy novella. I really enjoyed seeing how new Shadowhunters are taught how to be Shadowhunters, sort of, and how they all reacted to a human in Simon to be at the Shadowhunter Academy, and I really enjoyed it. And lastly is An Ember in the Ashes by Sapien, and the school in this is also a little bit corrupt and awful and horrible, but it's still a school, so it still belongs on this list, and it was brilliant and action-packed, and I loved the two different perspectives and the fact that romance wasn't a big thing in it, and it was just brilliant. So that was my monthly recommendations, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.